pay you separately? Is that what we're
Yep.
Supposed to be.
This is
All
straight up for us to
automated
control
stuff.
this.
Right now, we're at,
So,
we went to Public News.
will you be helping them also?
Only if they need,
Okay.
only if they need it.
Either way, wherever you're needed, and
Right.
then bill each township accordingly.
Right, no.
And you can contact him
Just
if we need help, or if I've got the same equipment, you may contact me if I submit a bid.
That's right,
Yep.
that's right.
You have anything about check?
I'm repeating
Oh, it's
myself.
in there. Okay, sorry.
We simply
Yep.
don't want to repeat February of last year. If we can put, if I could put,
Sounds like we missed.
I'll just.
Yep, no, that's great, that's great.
That's
how
right.
you work out.
When I made it up, I didn't
Yeah, exactly.
think about it.
But I'm like, why?
So now there are three
No, that's great.
machines out on the road capable of busting through significant rifts,
Pat,
okay, and
We
creating.
have you up on the agenda here
And-
for,
We have the ability to
So
scoot.
yeah, we're ready.
Gotta ask them if bid submitted,
Oh, we're,
Yep.
if
oh,
you
we're,
need to
yeah, we're
contact
gonna
him.
get together.
Yep.
I guess I didn't-
Literally, if I have the same equipment, I
But
should submit
We
a
have to match up the number
That
5 to
absolutely
them,
would work.
right?
It's
The
absolutely.
number 6, they can put it in the wrong spot, 6B.
It's 6
Is there a
to
period
Like that.
within your taking these bids, or is it just kinda anytime? up
We
till-
just put it out
I'll,
there,
I'll stay over here.
Yeah.
I
Actually,
think
no,
they got a
do
bid
that.
from Provonics,
Right,
I
all
think,
right, okay.
we'll have to find out from that, but.
This one,
I didn't go to the effort to put an ad in the Banner Press and go through all of that stuff, all right.
so I'm gonna write
The,
probably one check.
we said that we were going to do this
Okay.
in an open discussion, now we're matriculating out and responding, okay?
In an open discussion, though, you guys have to vote to,
Oh, yeah,
to
that's,
award bids.
right, so what we're going to do, is
Here's all the.
now that we have somebody that wants to do it, and said they want to do it, then let's build an agreement around this
We
want
get
to
billed
do
for our own
it type of thing.
And
then
then
anybody can
Can we get billed
can
for
do it,
our
all right?
roads?
Now, gentlemen, this is not
Right, okay, and we get.
open for the lowest bidder, okay?
Right.
This is open to all resources,
Yeah.
okay? That's what this is, that's what this is.
Yeah,
With that.
somebody close,
Yeah.
so they can get there.
Yeah. That has a vested interest in wanting to be successful, et cetera,
10 to cheap.
okay? So. You cool with all that?
Yeah.
Words? All right. Okay. Then with that, okay, we can now take Pat's 5A that we moved to below 6B, and would be ready to do that at this point.
So that needs to go on the list. Are you guys ready for me?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm ready whenever you guys want.
Okay, so Pat, you're up.
Okay, here's the first thing, we've got this thing like this, is money.
Oh, all right.
oh, for the pickup.
Yep. Each got
That
one.
meant that.
I was sent to me
Yeah.
for the pickup.
Okay.
And then here, I wanna give you these here sheets, which are like these. Make it.
Okay. Now, do you have sufficient for the two patrons here to sign?
But that,
Do you have sufficient for this for the?
no, just for the board.
If you care, gentlemen,
Yes.
we will share.
There you go.
We will share.
Okay, if you look on the sheet there, I got it marked out in the red, and this concerns Summit and Elder Township. I know that the interlocal agreement with David City was not passed, so what has to happen at those points is, I know Jeremy last week said that we can just plow right through, on Road 36 or Fairground. You can't do that because once you get out of your jurisdiction, I guess I'd call it, you are no longer insured and all responsibility comes back on the township. So if anything happens, that if somebody hits something, or even if the snow is plowed wrong and somebody has an accident, they can sue the townships. Because your insurance is null and void at those points. So you can't plow through that road and keep going. even on gravel, even grading it or anything, there's 2 strips on there. 900 foot south of Bay Street and then the half mile on Fairgrounds. So that has to be stopped and not plowed through.
And we do, Summit is brought into this.
Because you're part of the grader, yeah.
Yes,
Yep,
okay,
Yep,
okay.
it's all part of it.
So the only question I had was, could, how we discussed, can the cities do an interlocal agreement and say, considering snow removal, you will be covered under R, and sign an interlocal agreement, no money involved, just say,
Right.
you will be covered under our insurance policy if you're willing to help us in a snow event.
But I think the bid has already been put out to somebody else, I think they got somebody for those buildings already.
Oh, they do, so we
I
don't
think
have,
so.
so we don't have to worry about it.
For this
So-
in red.
Okay.
Can I,
Right there.
can I say something?
Yeah, that's part of the city. Yeah,
For the bid,
that's the
right.
city, yeah. Well, there's, see, we used to do it, and we had an interlocal agreement, now we don't have it.
Okay.
We can just turn around at that, where the boundary line ends, just turn around and do what we're supposed to do, and that's all fine, right?
You can turn around, that's fine, but you can't plow.
Perfect. Done deal.
But you gotta be able to get through it first, if they haven't got the road
I
loaded.
think he means at the half mile.
Turn around.
Yeah, the half mile.
Half mile line, you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but, I mean, like, you know, where the city annexed up to that point.
Yeah, we
just
can
go to
turn-
our point and
turn
then go to their
around
point.
there.
and we're
Yeah,
done.
it's still different than like what we meet at the top of the hill.
Yeah.
What was discussed at last meeting was he said we can plow through it, you
Okay.
know, and then turn around and come back, that was what brought up.
I understand.
Okay, no,
Yeah,
that's good.
that's great. We'll
That,
just,
thanks for,
Shane, just turn around where we
Yep.
stop and then it's done.
Okay, that takes care of that particular road, the red spot down there that's 900 feet, what does that do, Shane? You're familiar with that road.
It's gonna be more difficult to turn around.
yeah, there,
Turn
yeah.
around there because you gotta turn around somebody's driveway and you got mailboxes, I mean, I just have to make it work. Yeah, you have to turn around there. You have to turn around 900 foot before you.
And
They're not banning you from the, you could pick up the blade and go turn around.
Turn around.
Well,
Yeah,
if there's
yeah,
no
that's no
way, you
problem,
can go
yeah.
up and turn
Yep.
around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What's that 900 feet, you probably could do that because that usually don't drift through that.
right. Yeah. Sounds good.
That's fair enough.
Okay. So we have a solution.
Yeah.
We call it the turnaround solution, right, Charlie?
Yeah, it sounds fair to me.
Works for me. All right.
Work for you, Pat?
Yeah, that's fine. The only thing I did have that I shouldn't pertain to both of them, but I was, with the interlocal agreement, if it was held with the David City, a guy could have put that money into a snow removal fund where you wouldn't have been using taxpayer dollars. I know that's all the township, but that's what I guess I was basing on. I didn't need to say that because I resigned, so. That's what it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Pat. Appreciate you doing the research and bringing it forward. Thank you. Okay,
are we on the interlocal agreement conversation? I have one. something
Sure.
To bring up. Oh, it was with the whole snow removal thing with Summit and Olive. It was a big conversation last month, and several months, snow removal, and the county helping. And, there's a lot of words thrown out there such as the county should help, and the county's responsible, and the county's this, and the county's that. I got to the root of it. That we don't have an interlocal agreement with the county to help us for snow removal.
That was, like, intervening, I found out that's a handshake agreement that's been in place for years.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to bring up to everybody. We are responsible to clear our own township's roads. That's a fact. The county can help. They're not obligated to help. Now, they said if in a hardship, you know, an operator breaks a leg or is freaking puking sick or, you know, anything of a hardship, they will do their best to come out and make a pass to clear, open a road, but not to do it perfect, you know.
Sure.
So,
I understand the words, the source of what you're conveying here. You're using words as if you spoke with somebody in the county that has authority.
I talked to, our representative, Bauer, and then Bauer talked to Isham. I didn't talk to Isham, Bauer talked to Isham, and then Bauer got to Isham.
Okay, so, all right, Excellent. So, this is just me reassembling the words, Charlie. So what we have is a conversation that's happened between a couple of people, and then feedback coming back to you and your interpretation of that feedback. At the bottom line, in your mind, there is that we should not have any expectation of county assistance in opening roads when it comes to snow removal. We should not have an expectation.
That's what I was told.
And so, now I'm gonna put words in your mouth. Ollie Township then is under the impression that they're not going to be calling the county to get assistance, and you will acquire your own secondary assistance to help get the roads open inside of Ollie, because that's what Summit's going to do, is we're going to get assistance to be able to do that, and not make a phone call to the county. I mean, that's part of the justification.
The county has on a handshake, and if they're available, they will, especially in a hardship. But they made it clear to me that they're not entitled to, they don't have
Well,
to, obligated to.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
guess that's up to our discussion, if we wanna call the county and say, can you help? Why not?
Sure.
And when they say, no, we can't, no hard feelings, thanks for asking, figure it out. I mean, I don't know, I just feel like there's a lot of people expecting things that was not even there, like,
Yeah.
it's not there.
Well,
You
through
know?
the years they have been. The county has helped with it. I've been up here a long time.
And I'm not denying
The
that, I'm
county-
only
The
saying what I heard,
handshake,
yeah.
handshake works, okay, emergency, the handshake works.
Yeah.
And that's what we do, we help each other, that's what we do.
But you know, people, the county has changed, you know, people has changed and people have
I
come,
agree. I
come
agree.
and gone and whatever. So
I
I'm
agree.
only wanna state the fact, and if they can help us, that would be awesome.
Yeah,
But I feel like we don't wanna count on it,
Well, yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting from you, Charlie.
so.
You're not going to count on county's
Did-
help. You're going to have an alternative resource that you're going to go to,
And count it as a
And that's
bonus if they
obviously
can help
what-
us.
yes, yeah.
okay.
Can I say
Have we
something?
had any bids for Summit Olive? Did anybody submit to you?
Last month it
Did
was
you both?
submitted, yeah, I got one submitted,
And who is that?
Carbonics.
And they were available like for any kind of snow removal?
They told me, in a conversation on the phone that they would help us if it was a bad snow and we really needed help, but don't call us every time it snows. They don't wanna be the every time it snows, you know what I mean, like, they don't wanna come and we got 6 inches of snow and just come clear roads for us, they don't wanna do that, they don't wanna come.
Well, that wasn't what we was looking for, we were looking for
I know, I'm
emergency.
just telling you what they told me.
Okay.
And they said, in a big snow, and yes, we got it, I got a bid for the 23-24 season. And then I'll call them next year, if they wanna give us a bid for that season, they can too.
Okay, what kind of bid was it, did they give us?
Let me get it out.
Were they willing to do both townships?
They don't care, yeah, they didn't care, yeah.
So Shane, you said you had a thought
Well, I was just gonna
relative to.
go back to the county. When we had emergencies last winter, me and Randy talked, when the REA had to get out, they had to use our roads. They come through Olive into Summit, and he started in David and I started here. And we met halfway and got the REA where they needed to, stayed there until they got their stuff fixed. Then I blew them back out and then Randy took them back from Summit back to town because where we had opened it, it was blowing shut, it was blowing shut, a truck couldn't get through, but he had to plow on the loader, and he took them back. And then same thing with the emergency out here at the hog shed, when I slid off in the ditch trying to get around the pickup to get there, I had called him, told him what was going on, and he was working his way this way, and then he come over and helped us finish getting them out and that, so. So I mean, I think as long as we get along, and you're right, if they have the time, they will come help us, and they gotta clear their roads first. but if it's an emergency, they will pull off and come pull us.
Sure.
And I know that's a handshake and the, and stuff like that, but that's.
But I believe they will too.
Yeah, and I know, I have a good rapport with Randy and that, and I think he would do that for us, as long as we keep the, channels open.
We will.
I got one question here. Oh, now, Jason, your dad was head of the county roads department. Well, I guess you need to ask him what his take was on that, the agreement with the
Yeah, do you guys
township.
need a copy of this?
He would know, he would be the next
Oh, I
one
can
to
ask
know.
him.
Or I can.
Yeah, just ask him,
See what they did,
see what he had to say.
If you want this for your records, I can email you a copy of it.
Oh, yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, I'll just send it out.
Okay, thank you.
I think,
That's what I thought, I wanted to make sure.
you okay with that? Being done?
Yep.
Being done? Jason. Okay. All right. So, let me get my head back in the game here, as far as where we're at on the agenda. So I believe we are now, if you're in agreement, Lori, right, we should, well, we should be, let's discuss the CO2.
I didn't get anything from, did you? Lori, did
I
you?
did, I had asked Don to sign the agreement.
Oh, yeah.
They had to,
Oh,
get
for-
a copy of it first.
Oh, because of some,
Yeah,
you
they-
emailed me, yeah.
Yeah, they
Some estate?
had to move it, yeah, a probate situation was going on and it wasn't
Okay.
gonna get resolved by the time
So
they
they're
wanted the
moving the route
pipeline
again.
to be
Oh, really?
started,
So it's just-
so they had
I'll
to
move the-
switch it like 5 miles or a couple miles, so they just needed a new permit signed for that.
For us, just to go under the road and through the ditches.
So they changing their route again?
Uh-huh.
For one little
Sorry,
mark.
by Jesse.
Oh, I don't know if you stay
I
with
think
it.
it's a couple.
They couldn't get a clean,
There's,
Give us a map.
there's like an estate, what estate would be involved in that?
Oh, here's a map.
This is the September fifth, all the township
Yeah, it
budget.
says on the front page,
All
the,
the budget hearing before the
actual
There were no
Nebraska,
proceedings
why
from
not?
public. Pat made a motion to close the vote.
Oh, so here, let's see, this is,
That's the route.
that's across from
Here's
me.
Lee.
Pat
Here's 33.
made a motion to vote on restricted funds.
And then this is positive, right?
Pat made a motion to.
Well, I don't know, there would be a place like this next year.
Oh, they should, oh, whose is
Pat
this?
made a motion to approve the
What
budget.
is the
Seconded by Tiffany, all in favor.
Well,
Pat made a motion
they
to
must not
approve
even be
the
going
budget.
through Durham's anymore.
Seconded by Jamie.
That's,
Trying to think whose place
that crack is on there.
Oh, this is the one, this is where, Doyle lived.
Yeah,
Is that where Doyle lived?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
That'd be, no, cause he lives on 40, he lives on 34, or 35, he's between, Doyle lives between 35 and 34.
that is correct. That's where he
Would
was.
we just put him in?
Well, who would be there? Whose place is that?
Did Jesse leave?
I went to rest
His
with
mom.
Um,
Oh,
maybe he left.
33.
33 of the B, see, here's.
So that's Roger Tolman's place. That's Roger Tolman's.
Oh,
Cause that's 33,
So-
whereas
so-
Jesse's on 34.
So yeah, it'd be like this.
it'd be like that, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
Yeah,
So then, yeah, but when you see Jesse's place, he'd be right here.
yeah, he'd be down here. If that's south,
Oh,
Yeah,
that's,
Jesse.
that's
oh, this is coming
33.
from the north.
Yeah,
Oh, that's coming from the north, it's on the wrong side of the road. Oh, yeah, north, yeah, it'd be this way.
that'd be
Roger
Roger
Tolman,
Tolman's.
okay.
Get this check right there.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Get this check.
That's the railroad.
Okay.
That could be.
Oh, that I know. Yes,
Yeah,
that I know.
right, Harvard be right here.
Well, I get.
Summit.
I don't know if I had, sometime I had one probation.
That was 1863.
All I know, gentlemen, is
We're okay with
we're okay with it.
So they're just, they're actually jogging in the other town.
Okay, so-
So what we're paying here,
They're just, they're going down, they're doing the right of way stuff, just like they said they
What
were
is that,
going to.
Reed?
that's a lot.
Is that Reed Township or Reed?
Reading.
Reading, yeah, reading.
But see,
these are all
back
Yep. There's
Yeah,
Reed Tower.
and then we finally went to this.
Okey doke.
That's all I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
Now then,
So
Yeah,
I wonder
I
how
have
much of the,
something
Johnson
to
pulled a bunch
hand
of
to
Yeah, they
the two
don't.
of you
Yeah.
to
I'll, when we're done, because I'm gonna
read
talk to Shane about, see how that's going.
here.
I don't.
Right.
We don't take any action on it per se.
You want a piece of copy or anything? And that.
No, I didn't. I'll put out my laptop, see if it's.
Okay.
See that out there, okay.
Well, yes, we're in agreement though, if they can't get to the common manor,
So, Greg,
then it
not that this is
And then a little bit of
more
that wattage or the
and
money comes out of
has
our wattage a little bit
something to
more
do with
because we're
you, but
hiring.
it doesn't have anything to do with you.
Yeah,
We're
but
talking
I
about
don't
seed
know
roads,
if it's
the mailbox to where John's gonna put his entrance in. That's the other part. So, I have
Well, if,
either Lori or
If-
Frank have seen.
yeah, if we were getting
Build up to this,
truckload
to this
from
document, okay? So this is the
On
first they've
a
seen
road
it.
that
This was a legal discussion between his attorney and.
Yeah, and our attorney. Yeah.
Whatever.
So we've got
So
it
then,
down,
now
we've got it down to the point now
20 yards plus. We
where
might get on the.
I had,
Yes, is it 20 yards?
Pretty sure.
Who
I
pays
had
that? Who pays that
projected
figure?
to
we don't ever say that.
I
I
had
didn't know that, I thought it would come out of.
a reference
Oh, okay, so
to,
it's just a.
well, if the county does this, then the township's obligated to do this, et cetera, that whole
So
thing.
most of that though, we put on.
That was beyond the scope of what we were talking about, right? So I got that out of there.
Well, there might have been a mile where.
We're back to, John's gonna build a road to get construction trucks in there. It's up to him to make.
No, we were just working
If
out.
he wants to use it to get in and out in the winter time, and it's snowed up, it's up to him to get in and out, alright?
Have Johnson.
We turn around, mailbox.
Does that mean
That's what we do.
Let's just use 20 yards for
Now,
example, 20 yards gets delivered.
As a practical
Is that
matter,
only 20
if
yards?
the county comes in
Yeah.
2 years from now,
Well,
and rocks it, and slopes it, and ditches
They
it, and
might,
whatnot,
they might,
and turns
where,
it into
where
a
they
mail
can
route,
get it, if it
and
ain't
gives
done
us
to
a
the-
gravel application for it.
But we don't have no
No.
bill from the county,
Well,
we're
we
getting
don't
our
know.
bond,
Alright.
right?
And we didn't put
Well,
that
I
in
have,
this agreement.
Johnson hasn't put
What we
anything on
needed to
for
do
it. The
is-
county, when after we talked to
Yeah.
them,
It's his responsibility.
they did it.
He's liable if
Yeah.
someone drives off into
I mean, it still didn't get.
my side of the road.
Like, they went and
Okay.
did.
So we actually
really needed
He's-
to do.
You didn't
So,
actually have to
I
have.
think we will probably,
Yeah,
in
bypass the
conjunction,
county
Yeah.
and have them
County,
all on there.
put up some
Everything that you
signs
got
that
from
says,
Johnson.
They did put up signs.
Okay, so
Oh,
they
Right
know.
at Allen's.
So once we went to that point, then they could
Driveway.
have picked it
Oh,
up.
It
excellent.
says it's private property, no trespassing.
Oh, that's good.
Excellent.
I mean, like, it looks like an official sign. I did give the power company an easement to go underground through my property to get to him.
How was it?
Okay.
Like, so like, I
Good.
like,
Like I said,
you know,
as far
say
as-
turns one toward your shed, turns the other way.
When the county decides
Up that
to
street right there,
if they do.
make changes, which they
Oh,
will,
no, right. So up to his mailbox is
after it was
mailed,
surveyed.
his mailbox to the fairgrounds is.
There will be a lot of
is
change, but it'll be mostly to the east, that's why I said,
And same with the next.
if you're gonna do this, just go underground.
Fairgrounds to
far
that
enough
house. and then
into
his
my,
house to-
I'm letting them go pretty far in, so we don't have to deal
Who
with it.
does,
Yeah.
Yeah,
who's
they
in
make
charge of
changes on
signs,
the east side of
I
the road,
road, you know what I mean, or
because
that
that is gonna be a problem.
Who do we tell,
When the county
Very
goes
easy.
to
do I tell,
make the
I
changes.
mean, I can call
So-
it what signs are wrong.
And
where our
like I
road,
said,
it
it's
ain't.
not really
The
disturbing
I road sign to our barn.
my property,
Yeah.
my
Oh,
side.
the I road green sign.
Does it agree, say, oh,
Yeah.
I'll call him.
And the only reason I know.
When changes need to be
Your
made,
kids
we'll-
took it, didn't they?
Uh,
The only reason I
I
thought
can
about
call
it
him.
is because we had a bridal shower out there, and we put it in the address, and people were like, well, no, it's gonna be there. Oh, I forgot about that.
Well,
No, yeah,
years ago,
I'll call him.
I wanted to put holes in and
Yeah, cause he's
I said,
pretty good,
well,
if I call him.
why are you gonna put
Oh,
holes on
and
my
then-
property?
I don't know
and
who
put
I
it
can
around
find.
on his?
Uh,
So just put holes, continue to holes the way they are.
Yeah, they're,
That's
they're,
it.
dug
They,
out.
they got,
Yeah,
carbonics, I don't know what they say.
That's your property, literally.
The county got over by slopes.
Get on the county to make it so it's doable. I really think that's gonna happen, so I said, well,
Oh, yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah, well, that's good, that was a bad hole.
We'll do whatever. I actually said, yeah, we can do holes on my side, but like,
I'm glad it went underground.
It looks good, what they did.
It's just one
it
less.
didn't cost that much and it's more reliability for the owner.
Absolutely.
In the long run, from my standpoint, when dirt needs to be moved, they're gonna protect it.
Yeah.
Underground, 10 foot in on my
Fix that.
property,
That's the second time I've done that.
you know, fix the east side that should have been fixed a long time ago. So,
Put a culvert in on
We'll see what,
see what expires. Everything is,
Or no, F.
he's got a lot of rock on that road now.
And.
They drilled the well yesterday.
oh, good.
See, they got the
They're
driving
planning
on
on
for Hilders.
coming out and starting
Got
on
that
that
next
line.
one on 30,
He said an 85.
36,
So
36, right there.
My corner,
They
by
got-
the more we keep.
Yeah, they got that done a little bit and.
He did that himself.
Oh, yeah.
They could
So
still
the
have
county
problems.
dumped a bunch of dirt,
I
yeah,
told them,
they need someplace to go with it, so.
Agreed.
Wellness, they got that
Do whatever it takes to make sure.
Yeah, they're, I mean,
Okay.
It's one of the deals, you get a bunch done all of a sudden, then you.
Right.
I mean, it's just, well, they get pulled every which direction.
Okay, good. Thank you.
That's with that agreement amongst his attorney and our attorney.
All 6 of them.
I write down. who
Do we
did
have
it, and you can write it, or you can.
I guess this is one question I have. Our attorney, Greg Barton.
Yeah, you just.
Do we have, is he on a retainer or is he
No.
just,
No, $50.
we hire him as we need him?
That's correct.
That's,
Absolutely.
Dale Johnson.
I'm
And
just
he's been
curious
very,
about that, like.
he's been very good, he's really
Yeah.
up on stuff, he's up on
He,
stuff.
he does a lot of defense attorney
17,000.
stuff.
Yes,
Oh,
this is right down his,
The offensive side,
Johnson gravel, right?
I know him from the offensive side,
That's what they always do.
like Raymond and stuff, I
Yeah.
know.
That is who you should.
I
Yeah.
have dealt quite a bit with Brian Jordan, that took up his case for the people, the patrons of Raymond over the chicken barns. So, he kind of bailed on the last day before court.
Summit Township, we gotta get
And
that.
Brian Jordan had to come in and fill his shoes from down in a logger.
No, that's last.
The offensive
We did
side.
last month's.
That's,
Good
the
shit.
guy. Offensive side, I would say Greg Barton does a pretty good job.
I'm gonna show you this.
Offensive,
Every
the offensive side, I know who I'd choose.
okay.
So,
Well,
but, that's, I was just curious, is like, is he locked into us?
No,
No,
Okay.
no, it's on an as-needed basis, and for a long time, there was no need.
So, we just found out last month what we were doing, I called and put it in.
So to my 2 fellow board
Members,
members,
I didn't know
this should be,
that you,
this is
it
how
already
it
had
gets
set up
selected
and
in the
everything.
minutes.
We were running it twice.
You got this piece of
One of them said,
information, it's.
one of them says the residents of Fox
free
Run
and
is
whatnot,
not here anymore.
and it'll be on the
So that
agenda
needs
to
to be
vote
canceled.
on.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So I got it canceled last month,
Where
and
we'll
only
be.
have mine running.
So we
So
got.
that's
Gotta
why
do
we
more,
don't,
John.
that's why they'll charge you because you paid for yours for this time, or for the whole thing, but no one canceled that one. I
just because it's considered
ours in, so I added another one too, so that's, so, anyway, that's what happened. So, we canceled it now, so you know, you might not, I don't know.
So,
if you're gonna give us
I don't
notice.
see any place to
You
do
know, they know this,
Which is
No,
fine, but
liability
do
is
they
gone
need to take
from
the extra money
us.
to make sure it's going over
Yes,
there?
and a lot of,
I mean, I don't, I get that last one,
So
so
I'll
I'll
look
no
into
way
that.
construed as a waiver of rights.
Yes.
It's an assumption of liability or relieve township county in ways of their obligations, so are we still liable for that? The third of the line?
You're ready.
Oh, I wrote it on here, yeah, I wrote it on there. Can I have this?
Yeah,
I just wanna put it with this and so if I intrude, but the problem is you can't get it.
I know.
Okay, I didn't know, I just don't know.
Yeah.
That was a good question.
And if I start,
I mean, that's kind of a question I have.
and if I start.
Somebody is gonna drive down that road.
Oh, yeah.
That shit.
And if I start
When
passing.
they
Yeah, you'll ask them.
Cause if Johnny there, like, if say he's gone for a month and it snows.
How about I just get.
Somebody goes,
He's not gonna be here for a year.
but I mean, if somebody drives out there, you know, like,
Don't worry about the $4.
they get stuck, then is it my road, is it our fault that they got stuck?
So you better not.
If they-
Not really. How the hell?
My question is, if they drive all the way down
Just
to
call it
Dawson's,
flush.
Osawaski,
Okay, I guess everything else will.
is Alan liable for that?
This is the benefit.
Okay,
That was the last.
so, I understand.
You know, that's a good,
I know,
understand.
he has put a
So
sign
in
on
my
the
last
trespassing road in, or gravel, or whatever.
yeah.
Property in, or
Yes.
private property or whatever,
Yes.
he did put a sign on.
Okay, every minute.
So, what I would propose, that, I have no problem. We could convene as a board and make the phone call.
Oh.
Okay? With the three, we convene a board meeting to do that. That's the only thing that's on the agenda, is to make that phone call. Okay? All right. So, y'all read through it, look at your schedule,
So then now we can start.
That's it, I mean, legitimate question I have.
Oh, sure.
Too, is what you just said.
As,
I'm not saying if somebody shouldn't be walking back there and goes walking back there and they fall in the ditch and break their leg, are they gonna come after me, are they
As
gonna
of
come
August
after the township,
31st,
are they gonna come after John, or who are they gonna come after? I have liability insurance on my property,
Sure.
you guys have liability, everybody has liability. But,
Odds are they come after everybody.
Huh?
They'll go after everybody.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm getting at is,
Until,
especially that east side.
You don't have.
The east side is gonna be the one that, if somebody is wandering, that's where
That's all we need.
there's a huge problem.
So we will make a phone call, okay? And we will get a legal opinion. And if that needs to be a third item, a fourth
I
item down
haven't
there
heard
about that,
one.
it'll get put down.
That would go to his liability.
Yeah, it goes to his liability
What was it?
fund.
Okay.
And that's just where
No,
we're.
this
Oh,
was
on
written
the
up
call.
like his.
Yeah, you actually spent like a half
No,
a day working on that, thank you.
John.
So you can tell him what it was,
So,
cause
they were putting in
Oh,
culvert in
okay.
across
And-
there.
And then they agreed on this
At the intersection,
together.
Don and Greg
Lowering a little bit.
have been negotiating
Oh.
over this in the background
Okay,
to get
okay,
it down
Somebody
to
was-
this.
okay, okay.
Because there was all kinds of stuff in there about, well, if the county does this, the township automatically has to assume this responsibility.
Oh, my God.
And I said, that's crap, I'm not doing that, okay, not doing
Not
that.
at this point.
So, that's right, that's right. You turn it into a mail route and give me a gravel allotment,
Yep.
I know what my responsibility is.
Oh, okay.
Until you do that,
Sorry.
we're done. Okay, that's the way it's been from the get-go.
I found out going
If
through.
you don't like it, then go to court,
That
okay?
when the city annexes the.
All right,
road,
so, y'all read through it, we'll put our heads together, figure out, I'll
that half a mile.
reach out to Greg.
Yeah, so I think it's, the way it's written up as a temporary road area,
That
that's,
way,
all we need to do is decide the
if someday
liability.
the
so
city
we-
would pay
Yeah.
that half
Yeah.
mile.
And then, that way, when we come back and vote on it in October, and people are talking,
One side.
asking questions, it will be the three of us that are.
The city annexes
Can't
it,
they just clarify it as a
not the fields.
drive, a driveway?
That's what-
It's actually really what it's gonna end up being, a driveway,
Yeah, basically, yeah.
for the time being,
Yeah.
until the county decides to do something that
I
maybe the
called
county
July
wants to.
12th. I ended up
We
going.
got a lot of fires put out
well,
over time, that
They,
maybe they won't,
Yeah,
but
they're never gonna do nothing.
They have so many
After I called a bunch of
projects.
people,
That's why I ended up.
Well,
I disagree with that, I think they will,
You think they'll make it a road?
I think
We
they
could
will.
Really?
From my feeling from the power company and their discussion with Randy and other people within the
Yeah,
county.
well, the power company would be the one to push the issue.
Yes.
But if
But
they
he
went,
really,
but if they went underground, they really don't need to, do they?
not as far in on
like
mine
if we're
as,
gonna pick it,
as they did,
County has
hers,
to-
but
Okay, I mean.
the county
Yeah,
would be the
yeah.
ultimate charge.
This is originally they wanted to go right down to the middle of the road.
If it's
Randy
a
said,
driveway,
"Whereas we are
but
gonna
if it's across the road.
actually do something."
Well, I wouldn't have let it go down.
Well, if he needs a, he's eventually gonna need a 911,
Address,
address,
Power
and someone's gonna
on,
ask
I
the
think,
question,
the last
where
meeting,
do you live?
Bridges.
Well, it'd be no different though,
The
even if,
township pays
like
for
from
bridges,
Allen's
the
Drive, if
county
that road was
pays for
closed
bridges.
back there where he lives,
Uh,
his mailbox is there, that's where you put your 911.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause I mean, there's other people that live back up in there.
Oh,
yeah.
Down below the bluffs. there's
I have a
people-
And they
half
have
mile,
their
I have a third of a
911
mile.
stay
It's out by,
down
it's out by the
there.
road.
Yeah, yeah, third mile.
That's gonna be the big question
So there's,
over time.
we're not responsible for any of that as a township.
I'm fine with it.
I didn't
Until he,
share
till he
my-
decides he's gonna build there, he'll there, I go,
That's where.
we don't worry about it.
That's where the money comes in.
Yep, that's where we're at. Okay, excellent. We have a plan. Okay, thank you.
Do you have anything?
All right.
I just, as soon as we're done with
I'm
that.
fixing to move to
I'm done for the day, yeah.
equipment requirements and operators report. That would be
Oh.
you.
Yes, well, we had a little breakdown there for about a week, it was not, everything was minor, nothing major. It was a solenoid, I took my blade and rotated it, and let all the dirt and stuff, there's a cylinder down there that slides it back and forth, it's in a
Oh, we got mine.
Could always get dirt, so I always like every once in a while, let it all fall out, and I was gonna change bits and stuff, and, well, when I got it up there, and got it down, when I went to put it back, I
He's
couldn't
gonna
get the
sue them for
cylinder
that one.
released to rotate it back over.
Folder, and then we have,
And I messed with it, I couldn't get it to go, so I called Caterpillar, and then, well, of course, the mechanic that's in this area now is, he was gone for a couple days. So
But
then he came the following week,
that's
and
where I
then
was
he come
like-
out, and he did a good
a
job.
little bit backwards because.
He had put a new solenoid on it. He did get it to where he could get it to, he got it moved back, but it wouldn't, it was just like, it wouldn't stay on, I mean, it was like, it wasn't making connection on the
You see what I
inside.
mean?
It was,
Because
he'd
how
go tap on it, and it would,
that's probably why you're asking
and
from.
then he'd move
So
it, then
I
he'd go
don't-
back, and then it wouldn't move,
And so-
so he just, he
You're
got
probably
it back to
asking,
center,
well,
so I could use it,
yeah.
and he brought it
Yeah,
back.
I don't know.
changed it out.
Between
And,
your local
then
peers.
the headlights, the lights up the cab, the forward and front
such as we
weren't
at the
working,
city
so I
complex.
asked him to look
Do
at
they
that.
have the other ones
Well, all
too?
four of them burned out at the same time, I guess, cause he said he checked everything checked out fine, he said, but the bulbs were
Yeah,
burned out.
I got thrown in.
He
there.
goes, maybe you had a surge or something sometime and it
Oh,
blew him out or something, or, so I don't know when I hit that branch on that metal maintenance road and broke the
Yes.
I think-
light off, if something maybe didn't do something, maybe something didn't surge and when that hit.
So I have.
Anyway, put 'em on and
I
it didn't work.
think I have the.
And then, articulate, there, one of
I'd say there's
the, two little, arms down underneath there that when
I
you
have
swing,
that.
that's how you get, it brings you back to center.
Well, I'll get you-
Well, one of them got bent, well, it's a bunch of threads, and on the old machine, I'd bent them back before, but it seems like about, it could be 3 weeks or 6 months, and the damn thing will break then. So when he come out, I just had to replace it, so I didn't have to worry about it this winter.
Good.
So otherwise, everything else.
So we got chains, we're good to go.
I gotta order them yet, I've been looking, I don't know which ones I want yet, I'm trying to decide. They got these diamond looking ones, and I'm kinda curious about them, I need to run, tomorrow I'm running over to David to get the tire, I did have a flat tire, I put the spare on. Took it over north side to fix, I gotta go over and get it, I'm gonna go get it tomorrow morning, I'm gonna stop at, David City and talk to Chris Crozy, cause he's got them diamond, just see what they look like, and ask him how they wear.
I was gonna ask if
I do.
maybe somebody.
Yeah,
We played
yeah, he
Friday
got
night
some
sometimes.
last year, he said he liked, what, a little bit I talked to him, he said he liked them, but I was gonna kinda look at them, and see what they look like. Cause it looks like they're a little beefier than what we have. It doesn't look like it'll flop as bad.
So, that would be, diamonds are a girl's best friend, diamonds might be an operator's best
They're
friend.
just diamond shaped, they're not, we're diamond.
I want some of those chains there.
Yeah.
As long as you're ready and voting, yes.
All right, thank you.
Closer.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, and then I did the minimum maintenance road there on, 37. I shredded that on both sides and cleaned it up, and then the county went through and threw that tree that was where I couldn't get through, threw it off, and he
Goes
broke,
away, and then all of a sudden you just.
did a good, or went through and did everything, so should be good, and then just hit the machine when I got through it.
They still got.
Because you're on the, rising, board, did they meet with you and go over and talk about?
No, we haven't yet, I think we might do it.
It's all good.
Monday, we have a meeting Monday.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll just kind of walk over there, and I'll kind of show them where we wanna put it.
Okay.
What are you showing, or I'm
Yeah.
sorry, what are you showing?
So, I went to the, village, Rising City Village Board meeting and said to them, if we were going to put on the building there,
Yeah, you called me on that, and I would like to
have
have
the
one.
right foot, style, size, height.
So like, I can take the blade and rotate it straight up and down.
Instead
Once I
of,
do that, 'cause it's
instead of
the
us
cylinder
just
that sits
showing
down
up and
slides
saying
it
it's
back and
going
forth,
to be
there's
this
a
like
canister,
this, and we're going to put up
dirt gets in
this,
there, it does, you know. And
blah,
it
blah,
was-
blah.
and then
Why
I
not
just cleaned
let
it up
the
so it
village
put
that
bits on. So I had it
has
up in
to
the air,
deal
cleaned
with
it off,
all
and
that
I put it back under, and I went to
give
put
us some
that
parameters to
back
begin with.
over, and I couldn't get the cylinder.
Right, so that's what it was.
Engaged
Thank
it.
you.
Get on it, did everything.
That's all it was.
Unplugged it, plugged it back in.
Get some, get some guidance parameters.
Of course, he was gone for a couple days, which we
All
had
right.
everything in pretty decent shape, so then he came out and looked at
Okay.
it. He got it to
I
work
don't think we've got
and got it back
any,
underneath, but he didn't mess
emergency
with it and
items.
go out again.
And,
So he got it back in the
so
center.
it's
and
time to
then
review
he got
payments.
later and replaced it.
it's
And
what
then
we need to
underneath
do.
where he
Oh,
articulated.
I forgot to mention, we got a thank you card from
About this long.
Kathy,
Not very
Oh,
big.
did you?
friends and
One of the
family,
ends
so
last winter,
Good.
if you
ice
guys,
gets up in there.
I can read it really quick.
And it wasn't bad,
It
but
just said
you
thank
can
you
in
for
the
the
back of
kind
their-
words,
their,
cause I just
threads
mentioned
and
how
not
we all
about the
enjoyed
big
them
runs
and
that.
Well, when you bend it back, then the.
But he enjoyed his time on the board.
So I had to
Takes
replace
the
that one
memorial-
this year too.
memorial.
And then there was four, he had
Half
four
each
lights on
other's
top of the
family.
cab, for some reason,
Excellent.
all
Thank
four
you.
burned out at the same time, so we put new.
You got a new grader.
So you have to,
And-
all
and
the
put on-
minor stuff.
Yeah.
But otherwise, everything else is alright. I had a flat tire the other day, I took it in and put the spare on, I gotta go tomorrow morning to pick it up on the other side. Get that.
At least it happened now instead of like
Yeah.
I said.
Yeah.
Okay, well, and then-
But it's nice to have that spare because.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm sure they had it this year,
Fix it.
but I couldn't find any.
And then, I talked to the
Oh.
reading, they're supposed to be looking at getting a front spare tire.
Okay, good.
Which is,
Because our front rim is different than our back rims, the hub is bigger.
So then you guys, if we,
So then we can
Yeah.
just borrow, flip back and forth.
Yeah,
borrow.
that's a good idea.
No,
Because we still got a spare.
I do not
We
know.
don't have a rim on it, so I said I have.
This is
have
Reading
two tires
Township.
to Put on there for it.
perfect, you guys can swap.
Oh,
Because he got the wrong,
Oh, Township.
did he?
Yep.
Who's it from?
We're gonna have that shit. You want to break down that? I don't.
Yeah,
because I'm already-
Yeah.
It's a washboard.
Well, we're not putting that on there.
Fix nothing wrong. Just kind of see how everything's.
And I don't recognize
GPS issues, but.
I'll put the window out in the middle of the road right now.
Yeah, that's, it's not like coverage, yeah.
All in there now, unless you guys have something.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
I don't, so.
Okay.
I don't think that should
Thank you.
explanation, I don't know.
Yes, that was for pads for the, I had new pads made for the, snowplow.
Oh,
Cool.
Alright.
So, it should say Summit Township.
Yeah, I know, I seen that, I, just have her write it on there. He put, his dad works for Reading, Billy.
He
Just, he messed up,
They
he
sold
put
that,
Summit
you
on.
had the sale last year.
well, hell, let's
Yeah.
reading day for it.
Yeah.
So he,
I think somebody from.
yeah, I called him when I got home, and he goes,
Somebody
oh,
from-
he goes, that's right here in
from
Summit,
Polk
he goes,
County,
I goes, I don't know why he put Reading, I'm
Hey,
just
that's
used to,
it.
he does
They
stuff
never-
for
don't ever
his
run
dad.
that.
Right?
Just rented that too from Liverpool.
New pads for this.
Snowplow.
Do we have a couple sets or just one?
I just got what he said.
Just one set?
I mean,
We're done.
these
We're
were
waiting
2
2
years.
Oh,
I
okay,
mean, last year was extreme, so,
yeah, yeah,
well, actually, they lasted longer than 2 years.
okay.
It's probably been 4 years since I've had them made.
And he did them before, or?
No, I had Butler County,
Butler
but Butler County didn't act like they were.
Who did it, Josh? did?
No, I had it, this Parker Coffin, down
Oh,
in the
okay.
valley, friend of mine, he said he had time to do it, and he works over here, he helps, Jamie Richards when he needs help welding.
Oh.
He does a bunch of well, what he really does, is mainly he builds, demo cars. You wouldn't believe, I mean, it's amazing how much money people put into a demo
Oh,
car
yeah.
nowadays. I mean, I
Or
thought
what
something.
you did,
Oh, well, I know he had one, there's a guy from, up in northern Nebraska somewhere, brought a car down this spring. He's got $20,000 worth of stuff he's done to this car. Just to the frame, and he's got a brand new motor and a brand new transmission for a demo car.
When I worked with Skeeter, we had kids we kind of sponsored, but 100,000 of them,
Yeah.
so. Well, anyway, so yeah.
yeah.
But his kid, he's like Josh, he did really good work too. So. I figured this was just the pads. I figured
Lori,
it was-
the year to date, like, big for Dale Johnson.
Big guy.
Like,
There was a
what,
set of
like, are we
snowplow
doing
with
like
brand new,
our
double
year
brand
or-
brackets and everything.
Just our,
35 bucks.
whatever we pay.
It was in going
No, no,
down
I mean,
like
like,
in the
is it
July.
from July to
Oh,
July?
Sorry, January.
I was thinking about trying
We're
to.
January.
Calendar year.
Calendar year, okay, that's what I want.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll make a note at the bottom.
I don't
No,
care.
no, that's fine.
Time block
I
is
can do that.
only
You already said it, so.
30 minutes
I-
away from there.
I just first time I've done it, so read here, like,
Sometime when
okay, you're
Kevin
gonna
went
wait.
to see him or they met in January.
Yeah, back later.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. And basically it covers it,
Squares.
that's what we spent for the year.
I got one of them.
We put it on for spring.
You're getting
After that,
smart. I did, I was done.
The year to date for Johnson's.
Oh,
So, and I just asked you when the township's calendar year or this, like, January, December.
Do you know the market right there in our area
For
is
just our totals of what we spend in our township.
No,
Just to give us an idea.
Did we get that much gravel? It's 37,000.
They don't take much. I forgot to bring up too,
What is it,
I have no idea.
like 20?
I just did 8 more rounds.
I have to ask again, I don't remember what.
Yeah.
Lori, do you know what it is delivered for you?
Look on
Sorry.
this latest
What
bill
happened,
here.
what happened then?
I need something else to do.
They missed
29.
some about $100,000.
Is that with delivery?
Is that an high road?
I don't know.
It probably
High
is.
roads?
I think what he, I think what changed
The county goes from
That's right.
yeah, and I think what changed is
fairgrounds to his driveway.
they don't go by mileage, they went to the center of our
Yeah,
town.
Is ours.
And just average it out,
Yeah.
it's so
So
much to the center.
Johnson's came from that way, where you got up the driveway, and the county came
Mileage
this way.
is.
And that, and right there's four spots, so I'll
Yeah.
have to take the truck. and go
I just wondered
Yeah,
where
I
it was
know.
stopped, then everybody said stuff had gone out.
Can I ask a question about the gravel allotment? How does the county, how, is it by miles?
It's so,
Yeah.
like your maps.
It's mail route.
So like your road's a mail route.
Yeah.
So they go by every mail route and then they figure out how many mail routes you got. And then they go 66 yards per mile.
And if, like if some roads need more, then we,
Then we have to, then it comes out of our
Okay,
own.
Yeah.
that's what I was,
yeah, on heavy travel roads,
you
yes.
said, kind of goes back to the county thing. If we have to go out and find help
Yeah.
for snow
Well,
removal, it's like,
And then when
I don't wanna get into that, but.
Yeah, when I first started, they only allowed 4 yards.
Yeah, they,
And then I can complain about it, and finally got the commissioners to go, it used to be 66, and then they went back to 44, and I'm like,
You
that's
picked
not
it up,
enough.
yeah, I stopped, I grabbed it from his house.
and that's for, I was at some meeting where there was a lot of
That cost
townships
me
came
some
to.
tears, I said, Jeremy has
That's-
a tendency of doing that, you know?
They
He
were all
started
saying
laughing.
it needed help. That's what
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah,
That
66.
makes sense, but.
And then they don't, it used to be if you didn't use it, you lost it, well, now they don't do that.
How did it go?
If you don't, if they,
So you have to request it.
you have to request it, but I mean, but if you didn't put it on, then they would take it away from you, like they take some of the lot away from you, well, they don't do that anymore, because like I told Randy, well, there's sometimes you need gravel, sometimes you don't, I mean, if it's been, like now, it's dry, and you can, I mean, there's gravel out there,
I know that.
you know, and, so, but I mean, they went to that a couple years ago. Oh, I forgot to bring up too, I clipped a mailbox the other day, actually, I asked for a little help, and Tom come and help me put a mailbox in, a post and a mailbox in. So if you see a deal from
Shelby.
Long, no, I go to Longers.
Oh, I did see the mom guards thing.
Yeah, it was a post and I had to buy a pair of gloves, cause I got there and they didn't have no gloves with me, and I'm like, oh, they're creosote, I ain't touching them. So I bought a pair of $8 gloves. I love them in
Be a pair.
Did we salvage the,
I picked the post up, you didn't touch it.
did we salvage the mailbox? It was just a
Yeah, no,
post?
yeah, I know what I did is when I went by, I had, you know, I was going like this, I had my deal, and you know how that, water grass gets, and it was clumped on the end of my deal, and when I went by, I was about that far, but it was enough. Well, the post was rotted, I bumped the post in the mailbox, fell over, it was rotted on the ground. And so I went up and told the old guy, and he thanked me for it, he goes, well, I'm glad you told me this last, because I've had mailboxes knocked over when I lived in Platte County, and they wouldn't even come and help me. So, and then, I went and got it, and Don brought his little buggy down, his little, bobcat, or whatever you wanna call it. He drilled the hole at that, so he didn't have to dig it by hand. What's that?
Where was this?
Doyle Fosner's place.
When I put the letters, I kept forgetting to.
Alright, and actually I moved it back on the road just a smidge, so that was my.
Oh, yeah.
Way back
Yeah.
when.
Yeah, so it's on that, Lori gets back to
That's
the
about
motion.
that, and I lost the
Approve the,
postage, so if you don't wanna pay for that, that's fine. I wrote down what it.
This is
calculated
to you?
to me. Yeah,
so I think the worst was
so.
Rob took one out,
Letter we sent out.
he was still hanging there, and he just put the Jesus in the mailbox. I'm like, oh, God, don't do that. That doesn't send a good message.
No problem.
The only other mailbox I've hit is Charlie's mother-in-law. I took her mailbox out. Alright, she fixed it.
I need to make a motion that we approve the,
Oh, okay.
approve
Bills.
this. Approve, so,
Motion by
yep,
I'll second it.
okay, and I vote yes.
Yes.
And Lori
Yes,
votes.
and I vote yes.
All right, there we go. Got it. Thank you, Lori.
Thank you.
All right, we are now down to setting the appointment for November and the start time, which I propose be 7 o'clock in November.
What do we got here?
That is the total, 5,308.
You can
And we know.
You have no unique
Yeah, looks like it's gonna be November the 6th.
Shane
Yeah.
had replaced because of code.
Yeah.
And I sent him a
6
check.
o'clock
and
on, or
the
7
this
o'clock
one
on November the
statement, we had
6th
credit for the exact amount, and I double checked.
would be my
Two
recommendation.
payments that came up on our account for $700.
Big time dark by
I'm
7
getting the
o'clock.
credit back.
Yeah.
It's already big time.
As of right now, I can't tell them we paid
Well,
it.
there won't be anybody. But can we start at 7 o'clock?
Yeah, I know he did say, he called me right away and said, don't worry about the window on the back.
I swear I could not find that I paid it more than just the one time.
Yeah, and I'll call him
If he, feel free to.
7 in the morning.
Fail.
Yeah,
I thought, well, I'll reverse
I like
that
that.
now, and then when he turns this again, okay, good.
Yes, you could.
But anyway, so I just wanted
to let you know, we changed our start time. We're
Are you looking forward to that?
We'll do that.
Which
I did talk to Reed again, they're getting a ram, they're getting a ram.
I have the 7 o'clock all the time. How do we vote on that?
He's
You
a
get
little
your name
tired.
put on.
You can get
It's
the
the
bar
front
version.
rim you're getting, and that's it.
You know what I'm gonna tell him? Now listen, he'll just make fun of me anyway, okay? I'm gonna tell him, no matter what time we get done with the meeting, he's still gonna have to go do chores, so it don't matter. He probably won't argue it either.
I leave it to you to run the lobby.
Secretary.
All right,
Yes, and they,
we are set.
Jeremy wanted
Chairman,
these.
I don't think you talked about that.
No, I don't.
But you just got.
Well, it's kinda hard not to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm here for the, so I'm the left one, and he refused.
I did get
So,
that.
I don't know what else, I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, true.
They got budget all done for the year.
Okay.
I'll tell Lori.
And
she can put
so,
that
and
in
you
there.
could write your name on the paper when you sign it, but.
All right, we've done that.
So I can put it in. Put it in correctly.
When she comes back, herding cats.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yes, perfect.
She got this herd rounded up.
Oh, and you can keep this for your records.
Oh, yeah, perfect, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Okay, so we've set the board meeting.
oh, yes.
All right, for the 7th, excuse me, the 6th of November at 7 p.m.
Hey.
Or that's for, this one's for.
And we're going
Last month.
to adjourn.
And Lori, you can put in there that, like, with the more of this bill I got done, all the budget is done.
Okay.
So you can put that done.
So we should get a letter now from the state treasurer, saying that the treasurer gets a letter.
Do we? Do you?
Yeah, I think I get a letter that says, yeah, your budget was approved.
Okay, okay. Okay.
I move that we adjourn the meeting at 5 minutes after 9, or 9:05.
A second for the motion?
What's the
Okay.
part you want?
Or if we need to do that, I'll do it too.
I vote yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is adjourned. Thank you very much. Appreciate your input. Thank you again, Pat.
Yes, thank you.
That'll be a good backup for us.
And I'll get them back for you, it's just.
Well, things that
We have.
we would have a lot.
Yeah, and I'll call you,
If they come to that extreme point.
yeah, it looks like there's something big coming on, we'll get
Do you want me to put that in
Does he-
my?
even-
papers?
You know, you weren't ready.
Yes.
So we would have been ready 3 days with maybe
Yeah,
a
yeah.
difference,
Importantly,
you know.
Yeah.
could you turn it into an attachment and send it off to Greg Barton and say, Greg,
I'm all good with this.
we need a contract language, we can around this.
Okay.
You got some beans you can start off with.
Yeah, I go over to church, I go there and then.
Contract.
The last time, contract language.
Once I get there, I John church.
Then I can make a
I'll go
motion
online.
to.
Probably
accept
over
the
by
church
that east of town, so.
Insurance works.
Okay.
You do that, and then you'll,
Looks
this
like
thing's
I
got
had
something,
to
yeah.
spread it out.
Bring it up or down.
A little bit more evenly, traffic, but that car path is not spread out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so where did this, they have 24 of these things.
You can see it against the wall.
How big again?
There was some proposal related to it.
But
When I covered it.
this here has 24 of these cars have.
Because we got,
The second.
You are,
we have town board meeting.
We gotta get,
Actually,
hopefully you're on next day air.
So you need the kit to go with it.
Right, you gotta have the two pieces.
Jeremy, I'm gonna get the receipts and keep all
And
the
it's
receipts
kinda
and returns
interesting
until
to order.
they go back to work.
When you order it on
They
the
go back to
machine,
Lori,
it's like
then
11 grand.
then I
Well,
will
the
do that.
skip starts on,
1 month behind.
which
Yeah,
makes it
something.
yeah, you keep it cheap when you buy the copy.
Oh, that's, this is.
But I want, I didn't, I wish I'd put that when I bought it.
No.
Now, there, that's what I had. And it's nice because when you get in, I've always got the fence so far spread out. And when I go to the corner, there's a 30-foot ahead, well, then you got cows in the next row and operate yourself, this way you can slow it down.
Oh.
You can operate.
How many days has it been written?
Get up, put it up, yeah.
Oh, okay.
September 16th.
Oh, it's voided then.
I can try it, just see if.
Treasury report, or just call them.
I seconded.
It says that check is voided after 14 days, or written in 16.
So like, what are we talking about?
That codes the check.
Oh, I'm
Seconded by.
Put it in.
Seconded by me, aye.
yeah, put it in.
Sounds good.
They'll send, and if they send it back, then we'll go in and I'll be sure.
What's that?
She said the closing check is not good
Oh,
after.
but that was from when I got it, it hasn't been 14 days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so in 14, you got 3 more days, legally,
Oh.
legitimate, because I got the 7 o'clock home to feed staff, because that, you can't do that. That's a 10 years notice.
Yeah.
For my job, it's 6 months.
They,
I know, yeah.
they called me because I bought some bits, Milwaukee bits or wood bits, okay, I thought, those are really cheap. If I had to buy one, you know, I gave like $17,
Right.
so they called me on Monday, and they go like, I think it might have been Kim maybe, and she goes like, Frank, did you get these Milwaukee bits? Yeah, I did. We really need you to come in, $17.
Yeah, I know.
We really need you to come in and pay for these so that we can pay the people. Well, they ain't gonna pay the people because under 50, they take it all.
Yeah,
Okay.
50 now.
And so like, I just go like, well, I actually, and we need to get them out of here. I says, I actually have them in my shop, and actually you have the check last
Yeah,
week.
they're gonna trade it
So this goes like, well, somebody didn't mark this down.
Yeah, that $50.
But I think what happened was Kevin come with me.
There's none of that.
He was screwing around, they had a motorcycle on it, screwing around on the motorcycle, everybody paying attention to Kevin screwing around on the motorcycle.
Oh.
So somebody probably didn't mark it paid.
Hey, yeah.
Well, that sounds like something Kevin would do.
Yes, yes, it does.
Just confuse
Yeah,
everybody.
it was like, I think I really like this. It was one of them small things.
Oh, scooter.